Guys, Kuro here, and today I'm gonna give my toonami recap. I'm not gonna go into full details with the reviews and all that because I'm short on time, but I'm just gonna give you guys basically a little in-depth on what happened in each show, the top 5 or 6 shows that happened. So starting off with Space Dandy, guys, this Space Dandy was horrible. It was just so bad, guys. When I say it was so bad, I mean it was just terrible. I don't know what they were doing with this episode. I've watched it twice now and I still don't understand the concept of this episode. It makes no sense. It hurts my brain to think about this episode. This is not even on no Cowboy Bebop. There's a hidden message in it. No, this was like they just threw this together and was like, guys, we need to make something for Saturday. I don't know if they should have already had this written out. I don't know what they was going with this episode. Maybe one of them was like on something while writing this and just had a slip up or something, because episode was so bad. And the worst part about it, guys, is I tried to get my family to watch Space Dandy for weeks, and then they finally said, okay, I'll watch this week's episode with you. So I'm all hyped up for it. I'm like, finally, I'm going to show my people what I'm into. And then they get some out of whack super plants talking. It was, oh God, guys. When I say I'm so embarrassed, I'm never embarrassed about my anime, but this is the one episode that made me look like there's something really wrong with me. Like, you guys should have seen my folks' face when they saw this. They was looking at me like, really? Something's wrong with you, huh? And I couldn't say nothing. I was so embarrassed. I just was like, oh my God. And you know, I had to sell it. I was like, yeah, I'm really into this. You guys ain't this awesome? And they're looking at me like, it was just that bad. The animation in this episode was so bad. In one scene, you actually saw Dandy's face this way, sideways. Like, his face was like a Mr. Potato Head. It's like they took the eyes off and was like, we're going to have this right here, and we're going to leave his body straight. I don't know if they was tripping, what they was doing. They really dropped the ball on this episode. I gave this episode a 6 out of 10. It was so bad. Like I said, I can't even put into words what really went down in the episode. Like, all I know is it was something about them going to look for this. They were trying to hunt down something, you know, they're bounty hunters or whatever. And then they go to this planet, and then right there, I just drew a blank. All I know is Meow gets teleported. It's like these weird plants are aliens, are stuffing him fat, and he just keeps eating. The whole episode, I don't know if they was going to eat him or whatever. Dandy goes, and Dandy, I don't know what the heck, like I said, when I say Dandy was Mr. Potato Head in this episode. And I follow the Dandy army. I love me some Space Dandy. Like I said, if you've been watching my reviews up till now, you will know that I've been giving Space Dandy high ratings. I've been giving it 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 10 out of 10. This one made my expectations so bad because I was really looking for it. I was like, oh my God, all this week, it's brand new Space Dandy. All I had in my mind, Space Dandy, Space Dandy. I was like, man, I'm really gonna be able to do this. And then they finally came on, and I was like, why? The only cool thing we had was like a little music video, which they seem to do every other episode. That was about my highlight for that Space Dandy episode. I don't know if they wanted us to feel happy or feel sad. It was just bad, guys. If anybody haven't seen Space Dandy and tried to watch that episode 9, chances are they wouldn't be a fan of Space Dandy and they would have bad impressions about it, not knowing from 1 to 8 it's just been epic. It was just that bad, guys. Let me know what you think about it. If you guys can decipher the hidden message in this, please let me know, because I'm completely, I feel stupid off that episode. I don't know what they wanted me to feel. If they wanted me to laugh, I don't know if they wanted me to cry, I don't know if they wanted me to run from my TV. It was just a bad episode. 6 out of 10, and that's mediocre for me. That's me being nice. That's me being nice. It was just bad, guys. Okay, on to Bleach. Bleach, though. Bleach is where my hype meter started picking up, and I was like, oh yes, we finally have epicness. This episode was so powerful, so emotional. It was just so many things packed into one. You guys, this filler is so great. I don't get why you guys hate fillers. Some of them are really bad. But then there's only two that I find really good that I actually just love, and I would watch that anytime I get. And this one, I've never seen this filler, and that's probably why I'm fanboying over it so much. So you guys could have your feelings about it, because some of you probably already seen the sub or whatever. And this is the only one I skipped out on because I was like, I didn't feel like waiting. I was really into the main storyline at the time, so I was like, I'm just gonna wait till it resumes back. But man, did I miss out on one great filler, and I'm actually glad that I'm watching it now because I missed a great filler. This is really powerful. You know, this episode we had Nozomi, Ichigo, Kagerosa, Kon, and Old Man Yamamoto. And let me tell you, it was just powerful. We had, at one moment, we had Yamamoto step in to help Nozomi, and we know how he feel about the whole mod, so it only added on to the emotion. You know, he gets taken out trying to save Nozomi, and you know, trying to save his pride by telling her, don't take it to the head, you know, you're still a Maso, but you are a girl, type of thing. Basically, still trying to not, like, let his pride go or whatever. And then we had this moment with Ichigo where you see Ichigo struggling. He's like walking, trying to find Kagerosa in the woods after everybody split up, and you can see Ichigo's out of breath. And I'm like, oh man, my boy Ichigo, no, you don't need to be doing this right now. We already know that you losing your spiritual powers. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be a Shinigami anymore. But you can see the struggle that Ichigo is going through is real. You know what I'm saying? Filler or not, I really feel for Ichigo in this, and I'm like, oh man, our boy Ichigo is really down. It's time for some hollow action or something to help where he needs to fight back, because right now he's not looking too good. You know, he had this one face off with Kagerosa at the end before he gets Nozomi, and Ichigo unleashes a Getsuga Tensho, and you thinking finally Ichigo finally does something that he can help with, and it's like, no, it's just not enough. It's just not powerful enough. He doesn't have that spunk that he used to have because he's losing his spiritual power, so it's like all bad, you know what I'm saying? Ichigo's basically like Renji before Renji in the manga. That's how bad it is. And you know Renji sucks in the anime, how they use him, they just didn't let him live up to his expectations. But basically Ichigo's like Renji and Rukia right now in the anime. That's pretty bad considering Ichigo is a boss. We didn't see him take out Aizen and all that. But he's losing his spiritual powers, basically weak, and it's just like, oh my god, what are we gonna do? We had some emotions with Nozomi and Kon that was pretty deep. If you felt the bond between them, you know, Kagerosa stumping out on Kon or whatever, and he's basically stumping on him so bad to where he spit up his soul candy. And you know, we all see Kon get stumped on, but it's nothing like seeing Kon really just get like that brutally beat up. It's like in the earlier days when we first was introduced to Kon, and he was trying to fight hollows off and stuff like that, and he'd get hit and this little soul candy would fly out. It was just like a real gruesome. Even if he was a teddy bear, it's like, dang, you feel bad for Kon. And after Nozomi tries to save him or whatever, they run away, and they have this little moment where Kon's like telling them, you know, Nozomi, you need to run. And she's like, no, you told me to live, now I'm telling you to do the same. And you really feel the build-up, you feel the emotion. If you've been watching the filler from the very beginning, you feel the passion and the build-up that's going on between these characters and their development, especially Nozomi and Kon. And you can tell Kagerosa is just like this super jerk who just gets under your skin. And it was just amazing, very emotional. I gave this week's Bleach an 8 out of 10. Wasn't that much action, but it was just enough to suffice me not raging like, you know, this was just talk. No, we actually had some further development into it, you know what I'm saying, character-wise. We got to see the real, true Nozomi, if we already didn't know. Got to see Kon, you know what I'm saying, be more Kon, you know, coming from his mod soul, not the pervert we usually see, but the more deep and powerful, soulful Kon. So that was pretty good. So like I said, I gave this week Bleach an 8 out of 10. Really good. Next we had Shippuden, and Shippuden most of you guys have already seen it, so I'm just gonna keep it short. We was in after Gar gets kidnapped by the Koski, we have Kankudo who goes after Gar trying to seek him, but then he see Sasori, and Sasori basically like let him know who boss. Like, I'm still, don't, just cause I've been away, don't think I'm weak. I ain't been away just chilling for all these years. No, he's no match for him. So basically Kankudo loses or whatever, and Sasori has so much fun, as he calls it, where he doesn't kill Kankudo. He said he'll let the poison that he already injected in his body kill him slowly. And then the Sand troops finally get Kankudo, and they're trying to work on him or whatever, and they're realizing nothing's helping. Then we had a nice heartfelt speech. Once again, character development. We Naruto and group, after they're already sent out to go help with the guard mission, they run into Tamari and tell Tamari, and Naruto does this really awesome speech or whatever while he's dashing in front or whatever, and he like crying about like how the Jinchurikis always get targeted by the Koski, and he's gonna be there for Gar. And then like you see Tamari, and she understands where Naruto's coming from, so she's like Uzumaki Naruto in her mind, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, thank you. And I really appreciate that. It's been a while since I went back and rewatched Shippuden, so I just gave this episode a basic grade, and it was a 7 out of 10. Not much really to say. It was just, we're just getting into the beginning of Shippuden, so not much going on there. Basic episode of Shippuden, not much development. Just an awesome speech by Naruto, and an update that Kankudo is basically freaking hurt. And then next we have One Piece. Oh my god, guys. This was another one of my highlights for the night. We finally get to see who CP9 is. And you guys, when I say I was blown away, I was blown away. No, not really, because I've already seen it. But seriously, this was my first time watching the build-up to this. I've already seen Luffy fight Lucci and all that, because Lucci's actually one of my favorite villains. But I'm actually seeing the development on how CP9 came to be. I never knew none of that. I just watched the fight, and then I was watching from then on, because I was just like, it makes no sense to do that. And it was stupid on my part. But in it, we saw Lucci and Kaku and everybody dressed up in the stuff, and you thinking that they're laid out, because it shows them, it's like, what, Lucci and them was guarding the door? And he's like, no, they're laid out. Which I find so funny, because when they show the characters the fakes, you see that one of the dudes had a fake taped up nose that was supposed to be like Kaku. And I was like, how did they not look at that? But I guess they were just panicking, so they was like, oh, whatever. But, yeah, it was really powerful episode. We saw Nico Robin and Iceberg talk. Nico Robin is really important, guys. She's really important person. I feel she's going to play a really awesome role down the road. Like, we're already far into the road, but further into the road, Nico Robin might be on some God of War type of stuff. She's that powerful with her smart. It pays to be smart, and Nico Robin has the smart. Iceberg, you know what I'm saying, he was like, he don't like her, and he want to basically get rid of her, because she's so powerful. She has the power to basically destroy the world if she reads these like little tombstones. I'm not gonna pronounce them because I might sound stupid, so I'm not gonna say that. But it's like basically she's smart enough to have the knowledge to destroy the world if she reads these things by herself and write down what she knows and write it down. She could be pretty powerful. We saw Luffy get stuck again for the second time. And it's like, come on, Luffy, we need you right now. At the most time, you're nowhere to be found. Luffy spent another episode pinned down. So, yeah, Luffy doing his own thing. The Straw Hats stormed in. You saw Zoro just go ham because he was like, they caught me, I might as well fight. So I gave this One Piece a 9 out of 10 because I've never seen it, and it gave me a little more in-depth about Nico Robin. So I was really enjoying that. It was really good. Yeah, animation was great. Typical One Piece. It wasn't slacky or bad. Just good One Piece. You know what I'm saying? Really good One Piece. Up next, we have Blue Exorcist, Episode 2. My second time watching Blue Exorcist. My first time watching it dubbed. The dub versus the sub, I really don't see a difference. I noticed they both give Ren that kind of like girlish voice where it's like he screams and all that. It's really good. It adds on to the characters with the whole translation thing. I really like that they kept Ren's like girly voice where it's like he's still a man, but he has that like female scream, like ah. You kind of like when he's like whining or whatever, you hear that. And then the sub, it was the same way. So really good on the whole dub versus sub thing. You know, we had Ren kind of confused about the whole him being the son of the devil, and that his father wasn't really father. And you know what I'm saying? It was just like I said, tonight was an emotional night for Toonami, and I was just like, oh man, so much feels. But you know, this was actually probably the most action we got from the from the big block, because Space Dandy was disappointing. Bleach was awesome, but this was probably the most we got for Pine. You know, there were dogs getting purified, the devil showing up, taking over father's body, and you know, being purified by the holy water. It was great. I mean, just really great episode. You see Ren finally awaken his powers by drawing the sword, which was awesome. It was like, you know how when they do most awakenings, it's like this awesome, just oh my god, I can't believe that happened. With this one, you kind of felt toned down. It was like he did it because he felt that he had to save his real father, who he believed was his father and not the devil. And you know, he closed the gates, and you know, sad to say, father didn't make it or whatever, and the episode goes off. But at the end, we see him and he meets Mephisto, and basically tells him that he want to beat the S out of Satan, which they actually let him say the real word, which I was like, I like that uncutness, because we don't have enough of it. I was like, take that, soccer moms, y'all hating, and we still keeping it real and uncut on the Toonami block. So really good block. Let me know what you guys think. I enjoyed it. Overall, I'm gonna give this week's Toonami probably, I'd say a 7 out of 10. We still had a few bumps in the road. Space Dandy totally just like gave me the middle finger, but Bleach saved it. Naruto was alright. I was able to sit through that because I love me some Naruto. That Space Dandy was really bad, guys. It was really bad. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. And One Piece was great. Blue Exorcist was awesome, and so on and so on. And for news promos, unfortunately, we lost Inuyasha. Yeah, guys, the Demon Dog is no longer. It's going to be replaced by Bionic Titan. So just to keep you guys informed, yes, it's being replaced by Bionic Titan. No more Inuyasha. And the way it ended was such a lame episode. Kagome goes back to real life school, and it ends with like these demons walking around her school festival or whatever, and like nobody knows. And I found it funny, so I was like, really, nobody noticed the demons? But I was like, yeah, I guess I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, guys, no more Inuyasha on Toonami. If you guys been watching like I have, you know Inuyasha's been on for a long time, so that's pretty sad news. But greatness is always awaiting. We just have to be patient as American fans. We can't be ranting and all that. So stay cool, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. What would you give this week's Toonami? I'm Kuro X Baka, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks.